隙間からほら見えてくる遥か空の彼方たとえ冷たい風にさらされても自分らしく生きてゆくのが一番だから頑張れそう頑張れ夢は一つじゃないさ手を伸ばせば掴めるよTake a chance頑張れそう頑張れ諦めないで口笛吹きさ歩き出そうよ Going now
Hey guys, WaddlerD here. This is a new Let's Play, which is apparently a redo of a Let's Play of a redo of a Let's Play. This is Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, and this is pretty much one of the N64 games you need to get when it first came around. And let me tell you, this game has a lot of charm to it, but one thing I've noticed about Konami's ways lately is that they've been very mainstream as all hell. They only have 2 series that they really focus on these days. Frickin' Metal Gear Solid and Castlevania. That's pretty much all I've seen. This series has been long forgotten, and I think I'm going to make a point, a statement with this video. It's a petition. Alright guys, and welcome to the world of Mystical Ninja. Just to give you guys an understanding of what you might be jumping into if you aren't already aware, this game is by far Konami's least serious series in ever. I mean, all you just need to know is that everything that's talked about in this game is pretty much off the wall. And when it's not, you should probably listen because it might be important information, like this. Though, one thing that you should know about The Legend of the Mystical Ninja is actually it's a series called Goemon. I think Gambari Goemon? I really hope I said that right. By the way, if you guys catch me saying anything incorrectly, feel free to let loose your frustrations and let me have it, basically. Oh wow, money respawns when you leave the room? Okay, cool. So one thing you should know about this situation right now is that apparently UFO is causing a lot of trouble. And people, I could understand that a flying mechanical peach would cause anyone to say, yeah, that's pretty much unidentified as hell. Now, the thing you should know about the Legend of Mystical Ninja series is that there is a lot going on behind it. For one thing, this series has a lot of games in Japan, but since it's not so much a hit outside of Japan, basically we've only seen like 3 games, maybe 4 of the series, when Japan has like 8. And it kind of sucks, honestly, because for one thing you have a really fun, zany series, and honestly with the way things have been outside Japan where anime is really catching on, you basically have a series that could really go places now that anime is more ingrained in the global society, or at least people that want to get involved in anime. Now right now I'm just showing off all the places you can visit and spend money on. For instance, you have the Inn. That's where you go to sleep off the pains and save your game. You have this general store, which will sell you food that if you happen to lose all your hearts, you'll have your life instantly refilled. And of course you saw that armor back there. That's where you want to go if you want to get items that will protect you so you don't die so damn quickly in this game. But the thing you should know about this particular Goemon game is that it's kind of easy. In fact, out of all the Goemon games I played, this is pretty much taking the cake of easiest freaking game ever made. And I don't have a big deal with that, because for one thing, going from 2D to 3D is pretty much a huge-ass jump. You could have issues with it, where the camera angle makes it the most ridiculous game to play. And then you have matters where you have the perfect setup, like Super Mario 64. This kind of goes on the easy route, probably because of the wide world of 2D to 3D was maybe too much of a concept, so they just went with something easy, so that way people could play through the game, beat it, and enjoy it. Because if it had any of the difficulties of the first game, yeah, you're probably not going to see the ending. Because, let me just tell you this. Every enemy in this game takes half a heart of damage. That is a little depressing. Just a little. And you have so many ways to live before you actually start dying, because then you can get armor to help yourself. Like I said, the rice balls to keep yourself on your feet when you die, technically. But other than that, it should be a nice, relaxing, enjoyable game experience. Especially if you're new to the series. Uh-oh. Ah, crap, man. So apparently something that UFO just did more than change a big-ass castle to something fruity, and I don't know what the hell to say about it. So basically we have a lot of issues happening in this town, and people are certainly just making quite the gab and talk about it. And I keep hearing this Mokibi guy. I'm guessing he might be pretty damn important. What's up? You look pretty useful. Okay, well, I will not be any trouble to you, mister. In fact, I am going to actually help you rid of some of this trouble. Like this asshole. This guy, that's why you want to hit him, because he will steal your money, and trust me, money important as hell in this game. Like any other Mystical Ninja game. At the very least, you don't have to go through particular mini-games and gamble your money away to make more money. Which is kind of nice, but at the same time you kind of lose the fun factor there. But nevertheless, we have this one particular guard that will pretty much shed some serious light on what we need to do. Basically, we can't get into the castle because of a particular obstacle in the way. And apparently, the guy that would be able to help us has moved away and apparently inside a mountain. I really wish I knew the logic behind all of that. I heard that, yeah, he's going to make himself awesome. Honestly, I don't know, but this is kind of how Mystical Ninja works. You get some really crazy crap thrown at you. There's nothing you can do but go along for the ride. Now, there's one last person that I need to talk to, and it's definitely not this guy, because I don't have any time to worry about stuff, but he is pointing us in the right direction. This guy we need to talk to now. Oh my god, you're great. And, wow, maybe get some clothes on. Just a few, you know, like jeans, shirt, that would help. So this is the Plasma Fortune Teller. You can spend money to get information. Basically, this guy will spill all the beans on what you need to do. Not to mention, he'll say this awesome line. So basically, he'll just explain, hey, exactly what we've just learned a few moments ago. Kai Highway, which will take you to Mount Fuji, and then that's where you're going to do the rest of the shit. So, luckily for us, the door's right here. Thank God. Now, Kai Highway is pretty much where you're going to start getting introduced to enemies. And wow, my first encounter with one ends up with me getting my ass kicked. How unfortunate. Now, the thing about Legend of the Mystical Ninja series is that enemies actually appeared in the villages in the older games. For one thing, you would be swarmed with guys that were just masquerading like innocent civilians until you got poked in the stick with one. Mainly this particular jogger javelin type that would just... I really hated those guys. Not to mention, it just was kind of an interesting experience where even just going around in the lazy city days was dangerous because everyone wanted to kill you. Here it's more of enemies are going to appear only in dangerous places such as this. Also, make sure to go to the coffee shops in this game because you might get some good stuff. Ooh, map of Japan sounds freaking good. Oh crap, I'm gonna have to spend more money. Wait, what? Oh my god. You're such an honest man. You just want my business and not my money. Thank God. So basically what you need to do, whenever you have a map, you just press start and press the Z button. When you're outside of the building, of course. Should have probably read that very closely. Big star in the US. Why isn't Goemon a big star in the US, Why can't Goemon have his frickin' games in the US? Konami, what the hell have you been doing for the past 10 years? Seriously, I don't recall a new Goemon game in that long of time. Lady, I just got the map to Japan. I don't need your dumplings, I'm sorry. Alright, so now that we have the map to Japan, we can now check out said map. Also, whoa, where the hell have you been, Beatsamaru? I haven't seen you all day. And this is the wonderful map of Japan. Holy shit, that's a big area. So yeah, basically we'll have all the locations we'll possibly be visiting in the very near to far future. That side looks very populated. And Mount Fuji is just around the bend. Nice. Alright, so if you're wondering where the hell is Beatsamaru, shouldn't he be following you around? Actually, Goemon has a terrible secret. He is a Beatsamaro. He actually has a split personality and turns blue whenever he wants. No, actually, that's like me pressing C down and you being able to select between the characters you have in your party. It's a damn shame. Now, C left will actually switch the weapons that you'll have. Just to talk about said weapons and the fact that things stubbed my toe, basically the pipe is pretty much everyone's generic weapon. For Goemon, he has the pipe, and the Beatsamaro has the club and hammer. And what I would suggest you do is to always jump and attack, because if you stay on the ground and attack, you better be doing this number, because you want to cover all your bases, because you're pretty much a stationary target that doesn't move when you're swinging your pipe around. So it's kind of dangerous, especially with some later weapons we'll be running into, but at the same time, I would definitely suggest you to get the hell up there. Maybe this is the right way. And this is something that we won't be collecting because this is too a challenge run. Basically, since this game is so damn easy, I'm going to basically neglect collecting all those fortune dolls that basically will extend your health if you happen to collect 4 of them, just like heart pieces in a lot of Link games, Legend to the Zelda kind of thing. Yeah, and if you happen to find some gold ones, they kind of count as heart containers. So basically, you'll get a heart instantly. And as you can see, you have a lot of heart outlines down there. So you could have up to 20 hearts, which means 40 hits total. Pretty insane. Now, I kind of like the fact that that game was lying to me, saying that this is the biggest mountain. Apparently, they have not been to Mount Everest. Or maybe at the time, people couldn't really get outside of Japan. I just freaking destroyed that boulder, really? And this is another fortune doll. Keep these locations in mind because I'm just going to look at them funny and then go on my way. Now, if you're wondering why I'm climbing the ladder really weird, here's the thing that you should know about ladder climbing in this game. It's really slow, it's really agonizing, and you'll climb about 20,000 ladders in this game. So what you want to do to make the trip a lot easier for yourself is to just jump up the ladder. Seriously, it makes the trip about twice as fast, and if you're speedrunning this game, you're probably going to have to do that. So just keep that in mind. Damn, this mountain is pretty damn humongous. One thing that you should know about Goemon and his lovely self is that he's apparently equipped with shock-resistant shoes. So basically, if he falls down from a very high height, he does not take any damage whatsoever. I don't know how the hell he does it, and I really want like a pair of those because I would love to make the frickin' Earth into my new moon palace, basically jumping around wherever I want, not worrying about breaking legs, bones, backs, etc. And I really would like to know how the hell he's got these slinkies in here and how they have not melted yet. And this volcano must be a lot cooler than I thought. Oh, okay. Yeah, you really have to be careful with this mountain because you'll have just random, those boulders just fall out of nowhere. But luckily, since Goemon's pipe can cleave the heavens, apparently boulders are nothing to him. Now let's talk about this other weapon of choice that Goemon has. The Ryo. The Ryo is basically Goemon's ranged weapon. However, as you noticed, throwing money means you lose money. So for every Ryo you use, you lose one, of course. So be careful on your ammo situation. I think we are now officially at this guy's place. Mokibi, what the hell are you doing, sir? What are you doing here exactly? That's a good question, Goemon. So I could train to become the greatest worker in Japan. What a noble goal. Now what do you plan to do with that in my situation? Because I just dragged my ass up here with no reward. Is that what you're telling me? Come on. Oh my god. What? Oh. Oh. Yes! Finally! Success and reward. The chain pipe. Basically, this is why we came up here in the first place, because this is going to be your hookshot of the game. And as expected, this weapon has limitations. For one thing, Goemon is pretty much a sitting duck when he uses his so-called weapon. And you know what that means. Enemies sneaking up behind you get a nice pot shot. So be very wary of surroundings while you're unleashing this pipe of potential doom. Also, if you ever see pots, kill them. Kill them, kill them, because money, money, money. Trust me, you're going to be abusing this technique in the future, because there's some rooms where, yeah, you really want to kind of keep note. Alright, so now you're wondering, does Goemon really have those shock-resistant shoes you were talking about? Just watch! Oh my god, I did not break a single bone in his body. Twice. So yeah, that's pretty effective shoes. Well guys, I just realized we are running out of time. So next time we're going to be back in Oedo Village, or town I should say. And then we're going to explore what the hell just happened to the castle and the residents inside said castle. Hopefully I won't have my wits scared about me and get trapped in a quite surreal dream probably created by people that were high on drugs. So next time, let's go say hello to the Lord in the castle. And maybe figure out why there's so many freaking robot dolls and flying heads about. Pretty sure that UFO has something to do with it. So thanks for watching guys. Adios.